Hello everyone, welcome to True Crime and Tarot. I am Natalie and today's case is based on Jade Mcdonald Crone. So Jade Mcdonald Crone was born on December the 16th, 1958. She has dark brown hair, green eyes, and she was 5'11", weighing 140 pounds, and she is a white female. So Jane had been attending North Harris County College in Tomball in Texas at the county college at the time of her disappearance, and Jane had left her home near Magnolia for a job as a tool company in Houston. The morning of November the 12th, 1993, she did not return home or she didn't go to her workplace, and Jane is believed to have been a victim of a possible kidnapping. Jane's 1982 blue Ford Mustang Texas license number plate was FXY01G, and this was found on November the 16th, 1993, and this was in southwest Montgomery County. This was a few miles from her home, and her purse and her ID were not found in the car, and there was no signs of any violence. And Jane was last seen dancing with a man at a nightclub. And this was in North Harris County in Texas at about 1 a.m. on November the 14th, 1993. And she was last seen wearing dark jeans, a light coloured blouse with long sleeves and white sneakers. The field office is in Houston, and there is also a rumour saying that Jane was found living in another county, living on the streets. There was a homeless woman who was on the streets of Mexico who had claimed to be an American who was kidnapped 27 years ago in Texas. The woman who is claiming to be Jane Mcdonald Crone was found resting under a blanket in the streets of Monterrey in the Mexican state of Nuevo Leon. And she caught the attention of Abraham Gonzalez, who reportedly helped homeless people in the area by giving them some necessities. And Gonzalez then told the local broadcast Univision, and they had noticed a homeless person that was under some blankets that had been laying on the street for 3 days by this point, and he decided to check on them, fearing that this person had COVID-19 at the time and could not breathe. However, the Good Samaritan was surprised when he found the person was a woman who spoke English and claiming to be Jane Mcdonald Crone. Gonzalez sorted some help for their friends and who had traced back to the name of the woman that went missing in Texas in November 14th, 1993, when she was aged 35, and Jane had been living with her 2 kids. Nothing was known about her whereabouts until the transferring encounter with Gonzalez then, who had put a sign searching for the homeless woman after she moved from her initial location, and she was located at the place then in the custody of the authorities. There was the local media said officials are now in contact with the FBI and are working to get the homeless woman a DNA test to confirm her identity at this time. If she is confirmed to be the Jane Mcdonald Crone, then she will be sent back to Texas, where she has 6 sisters, 3 brothers, 2 children that is waiting for her. At first, the family had rejected this idea because they thought that it was just a scam and they wanted money. But what was told was that they truly just wanted to help her to be reunited with her family. This is what that Gonzalez had said. I have spoken with one of her sisters and there is a lot of hope. They are very happy. The family is getting together and they are in contact with the authorities. But as of March the 9th, then 2021, they still don't know anything about this DNA test that was supposedly done. And Jane's case is classed as a cold case and under suspicious circumstances, and foul play is certainly suspected. Investigators of Montgomery County Sheriff's Office number is 936-760-5800, and the Texas Missing Persons Clearinghouse is 800 346 3243. There is an unidentified male who was described as 5'11", weighing 160 pounds with dark hair and a moustache, that he was wearing blue jeans and a cowboy hat, and he had called himself David. And although he is not considered a suspect in this case, police would still like to identify this person and question him. So he was this male that was dancing with her on the night that we had mentioned in the beginning. Now that's all I could find on Jane so far. This is where I came into it and I decided to do a tarot card reading. So there is 4 specific questions I asked. Number 1, what happened to Jane? 2, who was involved in her disappearance? 3, where is she now? And 4, what is the final outcome to be for her case? So, what happened to Jane Mcdonald Crone? And we have the Page of Cups card that came out. So there was an opportunity that came out of the blue, and being open to the curiousness to do something new. They ended up being an unexpected surprise that could have been hearing about a pregnancy or a marriage. 3 Pentacles. There was a gathering and there was some get together that had happened. Reverse 9 of Pentacles. There was reflecting on her own self-worth, and there was somewhere where they was getting charged high prices or being undercharged. She was showing that she was good enough and amazing and needed to remember what was really important to her at this time. Hangman. There was a situation where things was put on hold and trying to release her old mental state of thinking and her behaviour patterns. She was finally getting stronger in herself after a lot of deliberating that was going on. Page of Swords. There was a lot of looking over her shoulder. There was passion and being excited to start that new something that she was going to do. 7 of Pentacles. There was a lot of work frustrations and pouring a lot of energy into what she wanted for the long term. There was some patience and waiting for results she worked so hard to achieve. Reverse 7 of Cups. There were several choices that she was faced, but there was a lot of overwhelmness and they tried to focus on what was really important. Reverse Knight of Cups. There was someone who wanted to take action, but she was not ready yet. This person was very jealous, a bit moody, that caused a lot of frustrations and got the best this person. Reverse 2 of Pentacles. There was a struggle to try and maintain on a certain situation. There was stress that had started to get to Jane. There was less and less time with the family. Reverse 3 of Swords. There was words that was being spoken that had an impact on someone. There was the need to try and let all the hurt go as it held her or someone back. There was a rough patch that Jane had gone through. Reverse Wheel of Fortune. So there was feelings of luck turning bad. It turned for the worse and something unexpected happened. There was feelings of being helpless and there was a need to try and take back control. Reverse 10 of Wands. There was a lot of doing too much by oneself. There was no one there to help. There was a real struggle but needed to try and help oneself first. There's a heavy weight on their shoulders. They cannot tell anyone. There has been secrets that has been kept to oneself. Reverse 5 of Pentacles. There was an end to some difficulties but bringing her self-confidence back. There is feelings of being isolated and alone. Reverse King of Wands. There was a male who was very aggressive and arrogant. They may have had some success that had gone to his head. Reverse Temperance. There was involvements of some risky business. There was drama that may have some root causes to do with a partner or an ex-partner where Jane refused to listen to them. That caused a lot of arguments and point scoring against one another. Reverse 8 of Wands. There was the need to slow down and consider what one wants before charging into something and making a mistake or a poor decision. There was impatience and frustrations. Reverse 6 of Wands. So something happened that was kept a secret for a long time, and there was uncomfortability and receiving public knowledge and praise. There was a lack of confidence and nervousness. There was selfishness involving in this dispute. 2 of Cups. So there was a joining of 2 people to bring some peace of mind. There was also a connection, and there was some great communication that was between these two people. Reverse Ten of Swords, there was an ending that Jane was not ready yet to face, but the more she resisted, the more things that kept going on, that kept being dragged, and it was very painful. There was a lot of wounds that also happened. Who was involved in the disappearance of Jane Mcdonald Crone? We have the Wheel card. There was fulfillment and a completion towards a closure. There was to be an accomplishment and things started coming together. There was also an overseas trip and a celebration. Ace of Pentacles. There was a new beginning and an abundance where there was prosperity, a wish and a dream that had officially become granted. Reverse Two of Pentacles. There was a little time that was being going on with the family, and they was reassuring their own priorities and responsibilities that they tried focusing on at this time. Five of Cups. There was a situation that didn't turn out as they hoped. There was a lot of sadness, loss and regrets, and feeling very disappointed. They swallowed in self-pity and only focused on what went wrong. They blamed themselves for what had happened and cannot find it in their heart to try and apologise and to forgive. There was mistakes that they had tried learning from. Reverse Six of Swords. There was leaving a situation behind, and there was the need to try and push past their own comfort zone. There was some unfinished business and unresolved conflict that was going on. Ace of Cups. There was a lot of love and compassion. There was an invitation, and there was a lot of emotions that was being shown. There was a strong connection and also a pregnancy involved. Reverse Five of Pentacles. There was an end to difficulties, also self-confidence that was to build. There is isolation and also being alone. Reverse Ten of Wands. There was a struggle and doing things alone. There is a lot of heavy burdens and weighing down this person. Nine of Swords. So there was some dark thoughts being processed and feelings of being weighed down. There was excessively worrying about things. There was a lot of obsessions and anxieties. Knight of Pentacles. There was a lot of responsibilities and having a plan in place and sticking to it. There's a lot of commitment and dedication to their goals. Change was very much imminent, and there was a routine and careful planning. Ace of Swords. There was a breakthrough or a new way of thinking. They've also been trying to give a clear message to seek some justice. Reverse Three of Pentacles. There was discomfort and difficulty with being on the same page as someone else. There was also opinions and ideas that there was no agreements on, and there was needed to try and sit down to have a serious discussion and a conversation. There's a lack of respect between these people, and there is proving points between them where there is unappreciated feelings going on. 10 Swords. There was a death or an ending of some kind. There was a painful ending and was not to be expected. There was a stab in the back, and there was a betrayal. Reverse Eight of Pentacles. There was a dedication to become the better person. There was a lack of skills and doing something over and over until they could be happy with it. Magician. There may have been a religious or spiritual involvements and bringing things into reality that may have been good or bad. Where is Jane Mcdonald Crone? 10 of Swords. There was a death where there was a painful ending that may have been involvements of a stabbing. 2 of Wands. There was a overseas travel and leaving her familiar place. 5 of Wands. There was arguments, conflict and disagreements that was all around her. 9 of Pentacles. There is contentment and being at peace. Chariot. There was challenges and someone moved her from one place to another. There was involvements of a vehicle, and a vehicle had some problems. Reverse Three of Wands. There's someone who's playing it safe and staying in their comfort zone, but something popped up and caused a lot of disappointments, frustrations, and feel like they wasted their time. There were struggles about putting some type of plan into action. High Priestess. There's good or bad secrets to be revealed, and there may be involvements of a psychic or a medium to reveal what happened. Moon. There's fears that's to creep out and reminisce painful memories Jane had endured and make one feel very anxious and fearful. King of Swords. There's a male who demands respect, who can be very cold and abrasive, who is ready to confront Jane's kidnapper. He has a lot of power and authority, that is to do impartial judgment making. Reverse strength. There is to be someone who is very vulnerable and lacking self-confidence, who has explosive behaviour and can be very withdrawn. He tends to lash out and regretted what he had done and is trying to deal with his emotions and actions. What is the final outcome to be for Jane Mcdonald Crone's case? We have 7 of Pentacles. There's a lot of energy and work going in to see where things go, but all the hard work is to be paying off, even if there is slow results, but there is frustrations going to be over it. 8 of Wands. There is to be some struggles, but it will be solved. Things will go very fast in the case. There is to be removing all distractions. There is to be determination to achieve what is needed, and there is to be no stopping getting things achieved. There is to be feelings of being hit in the jackpot, where there is to be a certain breakthrough. 9 of Swords. There is thoughts of bad that had happened. It is to weigh on someone, keeping them all up night, causing a lot of stress. There is a lot of obsession over what had happened and causes a lot of bad thoughts. There is the case of the worst case scenario. There is to be a need for help. Reverse 9 of Cups. There is to be losing touch with what is important. There is someone that's involved in a way who does excessive drinking, partying and drugs. Reverse High Priestess. There's people with a lot of opinions. There is to be keeping one's own capabilities hidden. There is information that is being withheld and some mistruths. 5 of Cups. There is to be a situation where it didn't turn out as they hoped, as there is sadness, regret and swallowing in one's self-pity. They blame their self for what had happened. Reverse Chariot. So there is to be a change of heart and there is a loss of hope or motivation. Someone is not very committed to this case as they once was. There was challenges that was in their way. 6 of Wands. There is to be some success and victory news that is to come in. Also there is public acknowledgement and attention. Reverse Wheel of Fortune. There is to be things that's taken a turn for the worst, and there is to be unexpected change and surprise. There is then to be back on track with things. Moon. There is some fear circulating and painful findings that may cause a lot of distress. 6 of Swords. There is to be leaving a familiar place to travel over water. There's to be tough decisions that's going to be made. Justice is to be served with the Justice card. There is truth coming out, and there is to be someone that is taking accountability for their own actions. Ace of Wands. There is to be a new beginning and new ideas coming into the case. Okay, so that is the case. That is what I could find, and that is the tarot card side to this case. If anyone enjoys my videos, please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if there's any other cases you'd like me to work on, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. Until next time.